From Joliet Memorial Stadium in Joliet, Illinois, this afternoon, it is University of St. Francis Fighting Saints men's soccer today. A Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference matchup between the visiting Olivet Nazarene Tigers and the homestanding Fighting Saints of the University of St. Francis. Hi again, everybody, and good afternoon. I'm Tom Westenfeld. Great to have you along with us on what is turning out to be a very summer-like fall afternoon. We're already up to 80 degrees on this sun-splashed early autumn Saturday. Olivet Nazarene coming into this match with a record overall of 5-3-1, 2-1-1. In the CCAC, they have 3 victories, 2 defeats in road matches, while the Fighting Saints of the University of St. Francis, 4-3-1. And that is their overall record, 1-0-1 at home. And in the conference, Fighting Saints coming in with a record of 0 victories, 2 defeats, and 1 tie. Last game for the Fighting Saints was a 9-0 defeat against Judson. Their last win came on the 7th of September. That was a 2-1 victory over Concordia of Chicago. Meanwhile, Olivet Nazarene, their last game, a 5-2 loss to Governor State on the 2nd of October. Their last win was a 2-0 victory over St. Ambrose back on the 24th day of the 9th month, 24th day of September, here in this calendar year 2024. Starting lineups being introduced by Alex Milcars on the public address. And it will be for St. Francis. Fede Figueiredo in the net, junior goalkeeper from Madrid, Spain. 16 goals allowed, a 2.46 goals against average, 33 saves, a 673 save percentage. Meanwhile, for Olivet, it'll be Nathan Lamberti, the sophomore goalkeeper from Sao Paulo, Brazil, transfer from Madonna University. And he has made 12 saves as a 2.00 goals against average and a 571 save percentage. Great to have you along with us here on this Saturday, second of our soccer doubleheader here in Joliet, Illinois. First game was a great match, 1-1 draw between Olivet Nazarene and St. Francis. Olivet Nazarene in that match dominated the first half statistically, but St. Francis scored the only goal of the first half, and then it was reversed in the second half. St. Francis pretty much catching up statistically to Olivet and passing them in some categories. But Olivet got the only goal of the half, and it wound up to be a 1-1 draw. Olivet Nazarene coming out in their all-purple jerseys, purple tops, purple shorts with the white numerals, and St. Francis in their home gold and white jerseys with the vertical striping, brown numerals, and the gold shorts. Saints will be going as we look at it, and as you watch in our video stream from our right to left, Olivet Nazarene left to right. And here we go. Great to have you along with us on this fall Saturday. It'll be Olivet Nazarene to kick off to start the match. It'll be Heiss Vandenberg, it looks like, to kick it off here for Olivet Nazarene. And we're underway in Joliet with game 2 of our doubleheader. Olivet lobs it deep now into the St. Francis end. It's bicycled back away. Ball battled for here out front. Boy, a lot of headers here in the early going. Eventually, Olivet Nazarene able to take it. And they try to play it across the midfield line. It got deflected back far side left, and out of bounds it goes. Again, game 2 of our doubleheader here today in Joliet. Off the restart, ball came around now to the near side. Trying to get to it here. But the ball deflected away, and St. Francis trying to advance it, cannot do so. Pim Haugens, at the start of that last sequence, kind of tried to get the ball to the bottom of the midfield circle, not able to do so. Saints now able to take it back. They work it wide left. Jesus Flores brought it back now out front. Ball lobbed in near the top of the 18. Bounding through the area there, went end line right. Battled for here. And it'll be Norton to take it back now for Olivet Nazarene. Ball out of bounds far side. Now I'm wondering if it was Norton to kick off to begin the match. A little bit of a point of order. I thought it was 6 on the jersey. Actually 5, but may have been Norton. But either way, that question may go unanswered until I go back and look at the video replay. Looks like we have an injured player far side. Do we have an injured player? Stoppage here. Saw some personnel gathered around the far side, but they were gathered around an equipment bag. Just underway here in our second game of the day. Clock right now halted at 43:44 remaining here in the opening frame. And we are back underway. Olivet at midfield, trying to advance it up. Tigers able to take possession. Back now, top of the midfield, circling around over to the far side it goes. They run it up the far side. Looks like Norton with it here. Got tripped up just beyond the far edge of the area. And we'll have a foul here on St. Francis. Noah Norton, the midfielder, the junior 5'10" midfielder from Guam. Getting tripped up there. Free kick on the way now for the Tigers. Tigers, as we said, had the purple jerseys. I was looking at the back. The front has a split kind of purple and gold. Makes it a little bit difficult to see the front side numbers. Here's the ball now curled into the area. Bounding over the PK dot. Came here wide near right, and out of bounds it goes. And we'll have a throw in here for St. Francis. Ball tossed in near side right. And kind of mini bicycle kick there. Came here now to the near side football field hash marks. Saints try to advance it, but we had contact and a foul. Off the restart now, it gets reversed around midfield, and it goes out of bounds near side right. Just to the right of the midfield line. Salou to throw it inbounds here now for the Tigers. It gets brought back now to the area here to our left and directed to the keeper. Getting to it there for Olivet Nazarene was Vandenberg. He directed it back to the keeper, Lamberti. Now at the other end, ball played into the area here. It rolls right over the PK dot, rolling end line left, and it'll be allowed to go out of bounds. We'll have a goal kick on the way here. Well, Lamberti at the other end here. Lamberti is wearing a jersey similar to the St. Francis home jerseys. So for a minute there, I kind of had to stop to make sure it was, in fact, the Olivet goalkeeper who possessed the ball back there a minute ago. Saints now restart the match. They played over to the far side. Middle backfield, Contreras. Long ball ahead, far side, into the area it goes. Scooped up here by Nathan Lamberti. He'll roll it now to the near side. Sent around near side now. Wilhelm Frizzell. Got it ahead. Came here into the area on the drive. Quick shot, and they score. Oh, they played it right down the middle. A drive into the area. And Olivet Nazarene with a quick goal, and they take an early 1-0 lead. The Tigers able to get behind the defense. And on the goal is Philip Jorgensen, the junior forward from Sand, Norway. Transfer from Warner University, and Olivet with a 1-0 lead. So St. Francis now trailing early on. We'll confirm the goal scorer here in a moment as the ball Played back into the Olivet defending third. Tigers able to take possession now. They'll play it now middle backfield here. Saints applying defensive pressure. Ball worked up ahead now. Vandenberg with it here. Sends it far touchline. Tigers bring it across the line. Pass up the left wing, broken up by the Saints. They'll play it top of the midfield circle and taken back now by Olivet Nazarene. Frizzell taking control momentarily. Frizzell. Now they have it right in the midfield circle. Ball sent wide left. Lofted in from there near the top of the 18, headed away by the defense. That ball got headed directly to Anthony Durka. But now Olivet trying to come back here, near side right. Here's Haugens. Played it top of the 18, turn and shoot. And two-handed stop made there by the keeper, Figueiredo, for St. Francis. Saints controlling near side. Shadows of the light standards now extending further onto the field as we approach the late afternoon hours here in Joliet. Middle backfield, Pablo Alvarez now for the Saints. Sends it over to the far side. Now back again, middle backfield. Alvarez chips it ahead. Airmails everybody. It'll bounce out of bounds near side left. And it will be a throw-in for Olivet Nazarene. Jorgensen did get credit for the goal as first of the year. And Olivet with a 1-0 lead. Ball battled for here at midfield. Saints now able to play it through. They work it into the area here. One-on-one. Quick shot. And Lamberti able to make the save. Good ball ahead. Saints on side, but the shot stopped. There's that shot coming in from Tony Gia. And now the Saints trying to counter once again. They work it up the left wing, near edge of the area. One-on-one, end line left, and it goes out of bounds. I want to confirm something here for Jorgensen's goal. And it was, in fact, his 7th of the year. Ball now controlled here by St. Francis in their own end. Alvarez put it over to the far side. Saints able to still control. Pressure here defensively by Olivet. Back again to Alvarez by way of Daniel Simon. Ball now in the middle third. Played through the midfield circle. To the far side it goes. Dylan Frank with it there. Back to the Saints side now. Alvarez again with it. Around to the near side. Salou sends it up the left side. Taken back by the Tigers. Frizzell had it there. Now back to the keeper, Lamberti. Near side. Pass to Frizzell. He'll dribble it up the near touchline. Long ball ahead, curling toward the midfield circle. Olivet now trying to work it into the attacking third. Here's Jorgensen with it now. Sends it wide right on the wing. Back toward the middle now, Frizzell. Near the bottom of the circle. Now they'll send it over to the far side. Vandenberg. Ran it up the far side, now dropped it back. Top of the midfield circle, now around to the near side. It was Maxime Schonenberger on the initial pass. They bring it around near touchline now. But the Saints able to, for the moment, clear it back to midfield, but now the Tigers able to take it back again. Schonenberger Now over to the far side it goes. Here's the ball sent over to the far side and it go out of bounds. Ali Silla, who had an assist on the first goal, put it out of bounds far side. And now a stoppage here. Early stages of the match, Olivet Nazarene a 1-0 lead on Jorgensen's 7th goal of the year. Whistle here as Olivet now played it to the middle. And a player down here for Olivet Nazarene. That's Pim Haugens. Now back on his feet. Good to see there. We had several injury stoppages. One player leaving the game, and not a serious injury, but still not coming back. That was, I think, Elena Baer for Olivet Nazarene in the first game that came out in the first half, did not return. But Haugens okay, and we're back underway. 34 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in this first half. 1-0 Olivet Nazarene with a lead. Ball came around wide near right. Put into the area here and scooped up by Figueiredo. Ball got put in by Haugens. Had a teammate bearing down on the ball, but secured by the Saints keeper. Ball back around now to the near touchline. And dropped back by Salou. Over to the far side now. Chipped up ahead. That traverses almost the entire width of the field. Tracked down near side left now. Flores able to get to it. Out of bounds it goes. Throw in here for Olivet, for St. Francis rather. Ball brought in. Near side. Push to the middle. Boy, at the start of that sequence there, Santos Contreras looked like he was lining up for a shot. Hesitated a couple of minutes, then dropped it back, and after that, nothing materialized for the Saints. Lamberti lobs it now high into the air. It bounces out of bounds just below us. And we'll have a restart on the way. Ball was thrown in, but now we'll have I think a free kick restart coming up. Let's see if a foul was called there on Olivet Nazarene. Nope, it was a throw-in. That was ruled. And Olivet Nazarene immediately takes it back, but then a quick whistle here. So we'll have a free kick coming up now for St. Francis. Ball teed up near side to our left. It'll be Santos Contreras on the free kick. Curls it into the box near the PK dot. Huge crowd there. Somehow the ball was able to land without being headed around. There's a quick turn and shoot deflected by several players. Went near the top of the 6 and then a whistle. And Olivet will get a possession. Well, that ball was kind of thrown in front of the goal there, and there was a large collection of players compacted into a very small area of real estate there. And I was kind of anticipating maybe a funny bounce and having a shot opportunity present itself, but that never happened. After the throw-in now, Salou will throw it in here. High arching throw-in near side left, headed back the other way. Landed near the bottom of the midfield circle eventually. Able to get to it there, Ali Silla. Has it right of the circle. Taken back now by the Saints. They'll bring it back now to the backfield, over to the far side it goes. Lifted up ahead, skidding by several players, and it goes out of bounds. Clock now at 31 minutes, 12 seconds to go in this first half. Off the restart now, we'll have a throw-in on the way. Reversed back, headed around as a matter of fact. And finally lifted well into the air by Contreras for St. Francis. Takes a couple of high hops, fielded to the top of the 6 by Lamberti. He'll roll it out front now. Ball got rolled out to Alexis Mancera. Now it went back right to the midfield line. Collision here. Everybody seems all right, though we had a whistle. Foul called on someone during that sequence. And a very quick restart. Olivet now trying to work it into the attacking third. Ball being battled for here. Into the area it goes. Fed near the PK dot. Battle for it here. Here's Jorgensen trying to get to it. Deflected around and eventually cleared by St. Francis. Bounding ball all the way back the other way. And Nathan Lamberti will let it roll out of bounds. That ball rolling over to the far extreme corners of the stadium complex here in Joliet. Quick restart here. And it goes out. Last touch there by Heis Vandenberg, who did not like the call. It'll be a throw-in here for St. Francis. Dylan Frank to throw it in now for the Saints. Going to get a little bit of a head start here before he gets to the touchline. The run up and the throw-in. High arching throw-in. Near the goal line of the football field end zone. And out of bounds it goes, end line right. Goal kick here coming up for Olivet Nazarene. .29 minutes, 4 seconds remaining in this first half. Ball went over to the far side now. And launched upfield. On the left wing it goes, back into the Saints' end of the field, and getting to it there. Daniel Simon got to it and spins it out of bounds far side. Quick throw in here for Olivet Nazarene now. It rolls into the area after a couple of miscues. Oh, hard ground ball shot. Stopped there by Figueiredo. Came back out front now. Silla trying to bicycle it. Can't do it. Now a collision here. And it looks like a foul was called. Coming in late was Kurodo Ihara. And I think his momentum really inadvertently caused him to commit a foul, and St. Francis getting the benefit of a restart here as we hit the 4 o'clock hour in the Central Time Zone of the United States. St. Francis controlling. Olivet right now with a 1-0 lead. Ball advanced ahead, deflected out of bounds. Munir Azam trying to advance it ahead, then it ricocheted out, and now a ball out of bounds near side left. Going to check on the assist credited on that first goal. It was, in fact, Azam getting the assist. Initially, I thought it was going to be credited to Silla, but it was Azam on the assist. On the goal by Jorgensen. Ball headed around precariously in the area here to our left, and finally cleared by Olivet Nazarene. Over to the far side. Dylan Frank trying to track it down, advances it ahead, and then we have a whistle. Olivet now trying to move it here from our left to right. They do not get far. Taken back by St. Francis. Saints play it now to the near side. And it'll be lofted in from there, and it sails over the crossbar. And so it'll be Olivet Nazarene with a goal kick here. After the shot by Ander Santamarta, the senior midfielder from Gijón, Spain. The Saints have been able to get a couple of attempts here in this first half. 3 shots overall for Olivet to 2 for St. Francis. Shots on goal, 3 for Olivet Nazarene, 1 for St. Francis. And we have had one caution issued, I see now on our stat feed. As we have a whistle here. Looks like that caution was issued to Dylan Frank. We had no cautions or ejections in the first game today. As we have a player down here now for St. Francis. So an injury stoppage with 26 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the first half. Tom in the field will step aside with a score. Olivet Nazarene 1 and St. Francis nothing. Your tune to St. Francis Fighting Saints Soccer. Injured player Ander Santa Marta for St. Francis. Slowly heading off the field with some assistance here from his teammate, Pablo Alvarez. And hopefully Ander will be back into the match in the not too distant future. 1-0 Olivet Nazarene with the lead. Olivet Nazarene trying for their 6th win of the year overall and 3rd in the CCAC. And 4th on the road. So we await the restart. Ball set down. And we're back underway. Salou, near side, up now to midfield. Return pass to Salou, who I don't think was expecting it. He was backpedaling, and it went off him and out of bounds, and Olivet able to get a quick throw-in out of it. Here's Jorgensen, double-teamed. Boy, quite a battle for the ball here. Now it got bicycled into the air by Haugens. Came back top of the box and cleared away by the defense for the moment. Ball came down middle of the field. And now the Tigers will drop back. Schonenberger over to the far side. Ball lofted in right from the midfield line. Went far side to our right. They drive it into the far edge of the area. A little bit of a battle for the ball here. Tigers able to keep it. Pass out front, though, broken up nicely. Good defensive play there as the Saints able to get possession. They cleared it to center as interrupting that pass was Anthony Durka. Looked like Olivet might have been gaining a little momentum there on that possession. And now we'll have a free kick top of the midfield circle for the Fighting Saints around to the near side. Salou put a lot behind that, lofted it one hopper into the area. Salou lost his balance. He really put a lot into that kick. Lamberti controlled it. Now the Tigers able to work it ahead. Azam over to the far side. Sent now far touchline. Saints able to get it back. Getting around one defender now, and then a whistle is trying to move it up the line. That's Gia trying to advance it up. Tony Gia, the junior forward, 6'1" from Santa Barbara, California. So now to be a free kick here after an Olivet foul. Free kick for St. Francis. Here's the run up. Lofted into the box. And it sails out of bounds, end line left, maybe about 15, 20 feet wide of the near post. And so it'll be a goal kick here for Olivet Nazarene. Ball teed up. right near the top of the 6. Lamberti ground balls into the near side now. Then lofted upfield here by Braden Connors, I believe. And then it goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in here for St. Francis. Saints bring it in, near side to our right. Ball brought into Alvarez. Around the perimeter to the far side now. Across the midfield line. And a whistle. Little push there, and I believe Olivet Nazarene getting called for a foul. The push came before the pass went to the far touchline. So St. Francis wasting no time restarting this match. They try to work it in deep here. Battle for the ball, and Vandenberg took it back here. Heis Vandenberg for Olivet tried to put it upfield, but now another stoppage. Throw in here, it'll be Dylan Frank to throw it in for St. Francis. He goes all the way to the back wall, beyond the edge of the running track here at Memorial Stadium. Gets a real roaring head start on these throw-ins. Lobbed it into the area, got through the traffic, bouncing ball, and it's fielded there by Nathan Lamberti, and he safely secures it for Olivet Nazarene. Ball came around to the near side, sent upfield and taken back now here by the Saints. Contreras had it. Now they're swinging around to the right wing. Getting around one defender. Put into the area here, reversed back and cleared away. That sequence developing in the far side. But the Saints not able to take advantage. It was Dominic Barvielik that started that sequence. Now the ball rolling into the net here to our left, but the officials stopping the match. Clock rolling, and now 21:15 remaining in the first half. 1-0 Olivet Nazarene the lead. Off the restart now, ball loose left of the midfield circle, and Olivet able to get control. Connors. Now a secondary pass across the midfield line. Play to the far side. Vandenberg on the move, dropped it back. Ihara with it there. Lobbed it around to the near side, and it got deflected out in line right. So far now, overall shots, 4-3, Olivet Nazarene with the edge. Shots on goal, 3 for Olivet Nazarene to 2 for St. Francis. Goal kick here for the Saints. Little ground ball ahead, and now put over to the far side. Dylan Frank, I believe, with it. Sends it far touchline here. Hara trying to get it back. Not able to do so. Good effort there by Karudo Ihara, but in the end, the Saints able to take it back. They work it around now to the near side. Good ball movement here. Anthony Durka was under pressure, was able to evade that pressure, and that helped keep the ball in the Saints' possession as they work it up the far touchline now. Ricochets back after Olivet tried to advance it up the far side, and eventually it goes out of bounds. Ball to be brought in far side. Ball brought in, and they battle for it. Both teams quick exchange on the possession, and now Olivet will, it looks like, get a free kick out of it. Ball will be teed up here now. Schonenberger to take this kick. Here's the ball lobbed up ahead. Came down near side right. And out of bounds it goes. Went out of bounds behind my computer screen here on the desk in the booth. Didn't see it go out right away. There's a battle for the ball below us at midfield, and it'll be awarded to Olivet Nazarene. Azam. Field wide pass, and that that looked like it had a lot of spin to it there. And Heis Vandenberg tried to get it, but that ball with a spin hit the ground and took an immediate left turn out of bounds, far touchline. Ball now played back the other way into the area to our left. Lamberti with it there now. Around to the near side to Connors. And eventually it goes out. Both teams seem to be content here right now to be selective about when they want to advance the ball. Carter Beckman now into the match here for Olivet Nazarene. Beckman is a sophomore defender from Crown Point, Indiana. Ball headed around right of the midfield circle after the restart. Back to the top of the circle it goes as they reverse possession. And eventually now, Nathan Sharp able to gain possession for St. Francis for the moment, or for a moment, and then it goes out. Throw in here for the Saints, way back in their own end, as a matter of fact, and it's going to be taken away. A good play there, but then a pass after the ball was taken away by Azam. The pass was regained, allowed the Saints to regain control. Eventually it goes out again. We'll have a throw in far side. Heis Vandenberg now to take the throw in here. A little bit of a breeze starting to kick up again. Ball chipped into the area here. It skids by. And did it go out of bounds and line left? Diving back for it there was Figueiredo. And we'll have a corner kick for Olivet Nazarene, far side right. Heis Vandenberg, the sophomore defender from Breda, Netherlands. On the corner. Came around now to the near side. And eventually controlled here by Figueiredo. Long ball after it was rolled out near side. Too long, as a matter of fact. And it'll be out of bounds to Olivet Nazarene. That ball there over leading Jesus Flores. Not able to get to it. Olivet now trying to move it upfield. Battle near the bottom of the midfield circle. Getting to it there, Ali Silla. He'll backtrack a little bit, send it over to the far side. Ground ball ahead by Frizzell. And then it goes out of bounds. Throw in here for Olivet Nazarene. Ball now rolling parallel to the far touchline, and I think that's Ihara taken down from behind. Karudu Ihara, not at all pleased there, had some words and a caution issued here. That caution was issued to Armani Lagunas, the freshman from Moni, Illinois. Second caution of the match assessed to the Saints. Free kick on the way here for Olivet Nazarene. All right, we await the restart. Ihara to take the free kick, it appears. Looks like a two-player wall set up here. Ball sent over the wall by Ihara. Deflected around, and it wound up coming to the near side. I thought, again from our angle, depth perception-wise, I thought it was directed toward the net, but instead it went parallel to the end line and went out of bounds near side right. So the Saints control, trailing at 1-0. Ball loose far side. Ihara backing away from it. It's awarded to St. Francis. Saints now will try to bring it up. Inside, 15 minutes to go here in the first half. Saints trailing at 1-0 in the match. Ball spinning like a top far side. Eventually it got played here to the middle of the field to Mancera. Put it ahead right down the middle. And we have a stoppage. Bright sunshine prevailing here. Shadows of the press box and grandstand now starting to inch toward the far edge of the running track here below us. Olivet now, after the restart, curls it out of bounds far side. Throwing coming up for St. Francis. So throwing on the way. Ball thrown in far side. Headed around, it went out of bounds. We will try again. Ball tossed in, I think, by Frank far side. Taken by Mancera right away. Passed it to his right, return pass. Now Mancera, heel pass. Then lobbed into the air by Hazam. Hazam tossed it over to the far side near the touchline, and eventually a stoppage. Down now to 12:55 remaining in the first half. In our second match of the day. Ball out of bounds near midfield far side. Throw in here by Vandenberg. He brought it into Silla. Put it around to the near side, but now lobbed back the other way, taking one hop into the box. Picked up there by Nathan Lamberti. Over to the far side. Olivet able to control. Ground ball ahead. Deflected around. Out of bounds to Olivet. Ball quickly brought in. Play to the middle. Pushed back now to midfield. And I was watching the ball through the binoculars as a player down now here for Olivet Nazarene. Caution issued here to St. Francis, the Saints' third of the match. Everybody back and okay on the field. And I believe that caution got issued to Santos Contreras. Free kick coming up now for Olivet. Kirudo Ihara to take it here, I believe. And not much developing off of that. And St. Francis now controls. Saints deep in their own end. Olivet applying a little bit of pressure. Salute to the near side, toward the middle of the field. And a pass skips by and goes out of bounds near side. That pass intended there for Bruno Silva, the sophomore forward from Brazil. Ball now lofted out of bounds near side. Throw in for St. Francis. Ball brought in just below us to Lagunas. Back over to the far side, then tossed in from the midfield line there, bounding into the area. Lamberti able to pick it up. 10:50 remaining in this first half. Olivet, the 1-0 lead. Early goal scored by Philip Jorgensen, his 7th of the year for the Tigers. Speaking of the Tigers, they have possession. They lob it up ahead now. Battle for the ball here. And cleared by St. Francis. Ball went out, far touchline. Throw in here for Olivet. Ball was reversed back, got deflected, and it goes over the, let's see if they call that over the end line. That ball got deflected away there after the restart by Anthony Durka. He's the senior from Plainfield, Illinois. And now Olivet with possession. Long ball up ahead by Schonenberger. 50-50 ball missed, lands, St. Francis possession. Trying to advance, Ihara applying defensive pressure. And now the Saints able to lob it back the other way. Headed into the air by, I believe, Contreras far side. Nope, that's Sharp heading into the air far side. And it goes out of bounds end line right. So it'll be a goal kick coming up now for Olivet Nazarene. And here is the kick from Lamberti. Went over to the far side with it. Tigers play at middle backfield. Silla send it around to the near side. Tigers bring it across the midfield line. Reversed back. Silla again with it now. Over to the far side, Mancera. Angles right across the midfield line. Put it ahead. A little push from behind here. Foul, I believe, in St. Francis. Then a little pushing going on there as well, and now a stoppage. Little extracurriculars there between Alvarez for the Saints and Munir Azam for Olivet Nazarene. Azam now controls near side right. Dropped it back to Ihara. Back to Azam. Now with it, here is Silla. Circling around, doing a nice job there of denying St. Francis a chance to steal it back. Schonenberger. Line drives it through the circle. Over to the far side and controlled here by St. Francis eventually. Ball sent around to the near side now to Victor Salou. He left foots it ahead. Bounding ball back toward the area here to our left. Schonenberger back to kick it out of bounds. And from our angle, it was hard to tell where exactly it went out. They called it over the touchline. Throw in here for St. Francis. Ball brought in near side. Ball was brought into Contreras. Now back out high right. From the touchline. Into the area. Pass just barely misconnected. Now it's brought back here near side. Collision. Near side of the area here. Trying to get to it was Salou. He got steamrolled from behind. And then the whistle. Clock now at 7:03 remaining in this first half. So it'll be a free kick here for Olivet Nazarene. Showing on our stats feed now a team caution issued for St. Francis. Here's the kick upfield. 50-50 ball headed to the right. Eventually taken control by Olivet Nazarene. Carter Beckman on the drive, right wing. Crosses it near the top of the area. Sent over now far side. I think that's Vandenberg with it here. Spinning around, trying to get around pressure from Dylan Frank. Sends it end line left and out of bounds. Yeah, that was Heis Vandenberg. And so it'll be a restart here coming up for St. Francis. Really, it seems like both teams hard-pressed to get any real momentum in this match. Ball lifted downfield. Over everybody. Now it just sits there in open space. Contreras got back to it. to the far side of the area. Here's a quick shot. And Lamberti the save on the right-footed line drive coming in from Anthony Durka. So it stays a 1-goal lead for Olivet Nazarene. After the restart here, launched upfield now by Braden Connors. And it goes out of bounds. Quick throw in for St. Francis. Olivet applying pressure, but now Salou got it back. Ground balls it through the left half of the midfield circle, taken by Vandenberg. Up ahead now, Mancera. Secondary pass from Mihara went down the middle, deflected back the other way now. Saints trying to mount an attack. Swing pass wide near left. Good job by Olivet there, shutting down the avenue opportunity. He was trying to work it in deep was Jesus Flores, but he was denied that opportunity. Ball in open space near side, and eventually Olivet able to gain control. 5:08 remaining here in half number 1. Tigers played around the perimeter over to the far side. Ball back now in the St. Francis end, rolling and rolling and rolling. And now the Saints able to bring it around to the near side. Sent ahead by Salou. Now wide near left. Here's Flores again with it. And he takes a fall. And the officials, I believe, they'll say play on. Olivet got possession out of it, but not for long. Salou taking it back. Trying to get around pressure from 2 defenders, and he allows it to roll out of bounds. Throw in here for the Saints. Ball brought in near side left. Contreras spinning around almost 360 degrees, but he lost the ball in the process. Taken back by Olivet now. Far side. Frizzell. Who now played it back to Schonenberger. Mancera. Far side, Frizzell again. Mancera. Put it ahead. Ball now back in the Saints end. I believe that was Ihara threading it through. Ball came around now wide near right. Olivet able to control. They work it in near the area there, but can't get around the defensive pressure. With it there was Beckman, but he was one-on-one here with a defender near side right. Ball eventually going out of bounds. Down to 3:25 remaining here in half number 1. Off the restart now. St. Francis controlling. Around the horn to the near side here. Salou. Deep into the Olivet end. Picked up by Lamberti. He lets everyone clear away. And now Olivet bringing it into the attacking third. Ball launched in deep. I think that got blocked. I saw the contact, then saw it go forward. Pulled down my binoculars to see the flight of the ball, and by that time it got deflected out of bounds far side. Throw in here for Olivet now. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the half. Ball tossed in and then reverse back. Into open space. Tracked down by David Garcia, who passed it near side right. And on a return pass, little contact here. Looks like a foul on St. Francis. All right. We await the restart here. Looked like Ali Silla was set to restart it, but now he'll get it back, and we'll now have the official restart. Silla with it again. Has it back again. Circles around, doubles back, brought it to his own side. Back over to the far side now. They bring it across the midfield line. That was Frizzell. Long ball, they work it into the area. Cross into the area of the PK dot. And sliding up to knock it out of danger was Victor Salou for St. Francis. I believe that one over the end line. Corner kick, I believe, coming up. Yes, it will be a corner kick here for Olivet Nazarene. 1:05 for the half. I believe this will be O'Hara to take the corner. Here's the kick with a minute remaining. Headed toward the goal, but it came around to the near side, bicycled back, and picked up just in front of the near post by the keeper, Figueiredo. Long ball now. Back to the left side of the midfield circle. It'll bound all the way to the other end of the field. Controlled there by Nathan Lamberti. Picks it up after closing in on him was Nathan Sharp for St. Francis. 25 seconds to go in the half. Silla across the midfield line. Long ball. Wide right. Azam. And over to the far side, headed into the area. Whistle here. 10-second countdown underway on the public address. Free kick for the Saints. And while the ball in the air, the time for this first half will run out. And we come to the end of the opening half of play here in game 2 of our women's and men's soccer doubleheader with your score here at the break. Olivet Nazarene 1 and St. Francis nothing. We'll step aside for about the next 12 minutes. And then on the other side, we'll come back with a first half stat recap and our second half play-by-play. Good match here. 1-0 Olivet Nazarene with a lead. We'll step aside. See you a little bit in about a dozen minutes when we come back. You're tuned from Joliet, Illinois to the University of St. Francis Fighting Saints Soccer. And we're back with you from Joliet Memorial Stadium in Joliet, Illinois, as we are about to head to half number 2 of our second match of the day of our St. Francis soccer doubleheader. First game, a 1-1 draw between St. Francis and Olivet Nazarene in women's soccer. In this game right now, halfway home, and it's Olivet with a 1-0 lead here. First half stats now for Olivet Nazarene. 6 overall shots to 4 for St. Francis. 3 shots on goal apiece for the two teams in the first half. Just 1 corner kick. That was for Olivet Nazarene. We had 4 cautions, 3 issued to St. Francis, 1 to Olivet. And fouls, 11 for St. Francis to 7 for Olivet Nazarene. And the only goal of the first half coming in the 5th minute. Philip Jorgensen is 7th of the year. Munir Azam on the assist. And that's where we stand. 1-0 is the score as we head to half number 2. And in the second half, it is St. Francis now moving in as we look at it. And as you watch in our YouTube video stream from left to right, and Olivet Nazarene right to left. And Olivet Nazarene, after St. Francis with early possession, takes it back. And they'll set things up here, or try to on the left side of the field, but now St. Francis able to get possession again. Across the midfield line, far side. Both teams with possession. Man, over the far side there, that was Mancera for Olivet Nazarene, who kind of gently put it to the far touchline. It wound up to be a Saints attempt to bring it in deep, but eventually it goes out of bounds. End line left. Let's see, we'll have a corner kick here. Would be the first of the match for the Saints. And it will be set down far side right. So a set piece opportunity here for St. Francis now. Corner kick, I think, will be taken by Santos Contreras. Lobbed into the area. Came around now to the near side. And they go for possession here. A little bit of a collision there, and I think a foul is going to be called on that situation. Anthony Durka came in and at the last second threw an elbow to get a little position on the ball. He did take possession of the ball, but the officials quickly waving that off and giving it to Olivet Nazarene. So a free kick here for the Tigers. Sending it to the left half of the midfield, beyond the left half of the midfield circle. Rolling in open space far side. Contact, taking a fall there. That was Victor Salute for St. Francis. I think he was battling there with Philip Jorgensen. And it'll be a possession coming up for St. Francis now. They bring it around to the near side to Frank. Dylan Frank brought it back now. Over to the far side. Salou. Dropped it back to Alvarez. Around to the near side again to Dylan Frank. Pulled up shy of the midfield line. Dropped it back. Now it's tossed back the other way. And the Saints eventually able to get possession. In the shadows of the press box, they bring it across the midfield line for a brief time. Frank back at his own end now. And they'll bring it around over to the far side. And this kind of matches the tempo of the first half. When you take a look combined, there were 10 shots. But it seemed in the first half that the opportunities really, didn't necessarily present themselves with a lot of frequency. Ball came around now to the near side. Here's Dylan Frank with it. Dropped it back. Left edge of the circle now. Contreras. Near side to Dylan Frank across the midfield line. Pass to the head now. And then it got knocked out of bounds. Barilik was the intended recipient there on that pass before it went out. Dominic Barilik. Another throw-in coming up now for St. Francis near side right. This will be Dylan Frank. He'll back up near the wall of the seat structure here. Run up and he throws it in out of the shadows and into the sunlight. In near the PK dot, headed away. And over to the far side, and it goes to whom? It looks like, will it be Olivet getting possession? Just getting started in half number 2. 40 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in the second half. In a 1-0 match, Olivet with the lead. Tigers advancing it up the near side, sending it to midfield. Trying to maneuver his way. Good job there for the moment by Nathan Schmidley. Tried to veer his way, angling around traffic. And he was successful for a while, but it didn't really materialize. But anyways, Olivet gets a throw-in out of the deal regardless. Ball thrown in here by Noah Norton. Taken back now by Norton again. Ball came to him near side, but we had a stoppage before that. Free kick. Quickly restarting the match are the Saints. Or, no, it's now going to be set down. And now the Saints will restart. Contreras to Dylan Frank. Back near side to our left to Daniel Simon. Now across the midfield line. With it here, Barialek. But now taken back by Olivet Nazarene. They'll run it right down the middle of the field. With it there is Azam. Into the box and then over to the far side. Haugens getting to it there. Haugens brought it back out high right. Back to Haugens. Now eventually Ihara will push it back to his own end, around the perimeter to the near side now to Heis Vandenberg. Launches it up ahead, bounding ball. End line left. Norton trying to keep it in. It sat there still right on the line, so it was still in bounds, and then eventually the ball fired out near side left. Dylan Frank sending that ball out with authority. And a throw-in coming up now here for Olivet Nazarene. Ball brought in now out high left. Ihara. Over to the far side. Back now to Vandenberg. Ahead for Ihara. Feeds it into the box. Little heel pass here, end line left. Norton crosses it in front of the goal. And several people tried to make contact and missed, and now it's cleared here. Curls to the near side. Battle for it here. A little contact going on. And eventually a whistle. Heis Vandenberg getting tangled up there with Tony Gia. And eventually it's awarded to St. Francis. Over to the far side, Salou. Long ball, left wing, deep into the Olivet end, and then it rolls out. St. Francis trying to bounce back after being shut out against Judson in their last game. That was a 9-0 one-sided affair. Here's Dylan Frank near side now. Wide right. Barialek with it now. Oh, it was a contested possession. And Noah Norton eventually got to it. Mancera plays it back to the keeper. And then it's fired up field here by Lamberti. Saints able to take it back. Dylan Frank up the right wing, deflected out by Karudo Ihara. Out of bounds to St. Francis. Dylan Frank on the throw-in. 36-14 remaining in the second half. Tossed in near the top of the 18 and cleared high away and into the air it goes. Ihara got to it for Olivet. Nice pass here to the midfield circle, and then it's going to be Azam tossing it up far side to our left. Ball was loose. Olivet able to get it back. They work it in line right. Little drop pass, back pass there, and that got broken up. Good attempt there by Pim Haugens to work it in deep. Now the Saints will play it back here to the keeper, and then it goes out far side. 6 shots overall for Olivet Nazarene to 4 for St. Francis, and you kind of get the idea, as we talked about earlier on. You know, the opportunity's not really, I think, great in number in this match to this point. And, a lot of the game, to use some football terminology, American football, played between the 20s here today. Ball goes out far side, thrown coming up for Olivet Nazarene. Ball brought in, and a misconnection on a pass. St. Francis up to the midfield circle, and then a collision here. And down on the field in pain is Gia. And Tony Gia is still sitting down. Foul here called on Olivet Nazarene. Thought maybe there might have been a caution issued there. Free kick on the way now. Taken right half of the midfield circle. Put ahead by Pablo Alvarez. Ball put down the middle of the field, and for a minute, Jorgensen took it back, lost it. Now they're vying for possession, and the Saints able to get to the ball. Pass around to the near side, deflected away, but the Saints get it again. Now they exchange possession. Who wants it? And the Saints will play it back now to their own keeper. And Figueiredo takes it there. Long kick, high and deep to the other end. Bounding into the area. Headed toward the goal. Bouncing to the goal line, and it rolls. Oh, and I think it was just barely kept out, or did it go over? I think it was just barely kept out at the last second. And the Saints, by inches, missing a goal. Boy, it happened so quickly. That was either Schonenberger or Frizzell, who at the last second knocked it away. I mean, that ball was bounding toward the goal line in slow motion. And Olivet, by the slimmest of margins, stays in front 1-0. I thought it was going in. In fact, I thought maybe it went over the line, but obviously our angle here from in the booth, not dissimilar from the angle you're watching it through from our camera position, and really no way to definitively tell from our angle, or even with about the 45-yard line of the football field. Here's Ihara now for Olivet. Dropped it back to Schonenberger. Got it up ahead. Maxim Schonenberger now put it ahead, and we have a whistle. Nope. Thought there was a whistle, but it was just scooped up there by Figueiredo. Saints with the ball now, being deliberate again a little bit. With it here is Salou. Angles to his right. Sends it in the middle. Broken up there by Noah Norton. Got it ahead now to the midfield circle. Reverse back. And a player down. That is going to be Santos Contreras for St. Francis, and a whistle. 32-35 remaining in the second half. The only goal in the 5th minute of the match from Philip Jorgensen. Ball lofted here, near side of the area now to our right. Battle for it, and it rolls out. Norton and Barialek going after it there, and out of bounds to St. Francis, I do believe. I hear a whistle, and it'll be a throw-in for the Lakers. That was Dylan Frank in the shadows. Didn't see him right away. Ball headed around in the area, then bicycled high into the air and out of danger for the moment. Ball came down, and eventually Olivet got to it, but just for a brief second. Saints took it back, and now Getting tripped up far side, Pablo Alvarez, but it went out of bounds. It'll be, I believe, a possession coming up for Olivet. So here's the throw in now for the Tigers. Ball immediately reversed back a couple of times. Olivet with possession. They worked it up ahead. Now it'll be taken away from Jorgensen. Saints trying to advance the ball. They have it now right in the midfield circle. Run around to Dylan Frank near side. Has it back after dropping it to his left. Chips it ahead near the top of the 18. That was a 1-on-2 situation there for the Saints, and the outcome was predictable as Olivet got it back. Now they'll try to lift it through the midfield circle over to the far side. Tigers bring it into the Saint defending third. Into the box it goes. Put near the top of the 6 and deflected high into the air it goes. They tried to connect in the area there with Schmidley. Now the ball in play near side left. Shadows of the press box now encroaching almost to the near side football field numbers. As we play here with clock stop with exactly 30 minutes remaining in the second half. One nothing Olivet Nazarene with a lead. Saints next on the field at Governor State on Tuesday at 8 o'clock at University Park in Crown Point at the Crown Point Sportsplex in Crown Point, Indiana. And after that, they'll be at St. Xavier a week from today at Deaton Field in Chicago. And then they are back here in Joliet on the 16th of October, a Wednesday, against Indiana Northwest. All right, ball now back into play. Throwing for St. Francis. Took one hop, then was fired back the other way by Maxim Schonenberger. Goes over to the far side, and it goes out of bounds. So we're into the final 30 minutes of play here. 60 minutes have gone by in this match. The only goal in the 5th minute. Collision here as winding up on the turf was Munir Azam. He's back on his feet as they say play on. And St. Francis able to control. Salou sends it ahead. Now back to Salou. Around the perimeter to the near side to Dylan Frank. Now, Barialek put it ahead. Gets by the intended recipient, and Olivet Nazarene able to get it back. They nearly give it away. And now eventually the Saints able to get possession here. Lagunas wound up with possession. Over to the far side now. Salou. Dropped it back. Now rolling the ball back. Durka. And they bring it around now to their own side and around to the near side to Dylan Frank. Frank. Now to Contreras right of the circle. Chips it into the area. A little bit of a traffic jam out front. Contact and a whistle. Bearing down on that ball, Jesus Flores looked like he might have an opportunity developing, but it did not work out. And now Olivet Nazarene will try to come back the other way here. Ball played to the near side now. Carter Beckman to his right now, eventually gets it back. Across the midfield line to his own side on a ball by Beckman. Now back across the line into the St. Francis side. Ihara, left edge of the circle, sends it through. And a little quick one-touch into the area it goes. And sliding up to knock it away, I believe Dylan Frank. Yeah, it was Dylan Frank who got there to kick the ball out of bounds. Into the shadows of the grandstand here at Joliet Memorial Stadium. So now here a goal kick after the restart, briefly restarted. And St. Francis able to control. Near side now to Dylan Frank. And as he passed it ahead, as the ball was in motion, we had a whistle. Now it's St. Francis getting it back again. Salou far side. Around to the near side now. Lagunas. Across the midfield line on the pass. Now it's in open space near side left. Back to retrieve. I think that was Daniel Simon. Now they vie for possession in midfield. Lofted into the air. One header. Little mini bicycle kick there. That came from Beckman. Saints now with it, bottom of the circle. Salou far side with it. Into the attacking third. Left foots it in deep. I think it caromed a little bit off of one of the defenders. Nope, came out near the PK dot. Now it's loose here, end line right. Lamberti able to get to it, then we had a whistle. .25:42 remaining in the second half. So we're almost 3/4 the way through this match. And a corner kick on the way here for the Fighting Saints. Contreras near side right. A little bit of a low line drive, header toward the goal, and they score! Oh, the set piece conversion for the Saints, and we are even at 1. Beautiful ball put in to the area. And Pablo Alvarez with the header into the goal. And we have a 1-1 tie. So the Saints get the goal on the corner kick. And we're even at 1, a new match. As the goal comes with 25:24 remaining in half number 2. So we're at 1-1. Pablo Alvarez, his first goal of the year. Santos Contreras on the assist. Beautiful ball put in by Contreras. Alvarez right there for the header for the tally. And it is 1-1 here with just over a quarter of the match's regulation time remaining. And Olivet now trying to advance it. It went over to the far side. Now far side with it. Here's Mancera. Ball a little bit in open space. Karudu Ihara got back to it. Tried to advance it. Had to deflect it away. Salou then overruns the ball. Correction. It was Gia overrunning the ball. Now it got put back into the Saints defending third. And now Salou winds up on the turf. Now it'll be kicked upfield here by the keeper Figueiredo for St. Francis. They battle for it midfield. And now whistle. Karudu Ihara trying to get to it. And just as he got to it and pushed the ball back a few yards, we had a whistle. Foul on Olivet Nazarene. And here comes the free kick now for Santos Contreras. See if the Saints can get a little bit of momentum here now. Ball teed up on the near side football field hash marks into the area. Headed over to the far side now. And Salou got it wide left. Moves in toward the corner, curls it into the area, but now Ihara clears for Olivet Nazarene. Tigers with possession. Ground ball across the midfield line. Beckman put it up now in a lead ball, wide left on the wing. They drive it into the area and a whistle. Let's see if they were called for offside here. Adrian Kang Hagman, the intended recipient, he's the freshman from Stockholm, Sweden. Ball now back in play. Saints trying to advance it. Ihara steals. Threw ball up ahead. Into the area to Jorgensen. Sliding tackle. Does not get it done. Pass out front. Oh, wow, there were two players right near the top of the six, but the ball skidded by both. Came back out beyond the area now. And the Saints able to get a clear possession. Bottom of the midfield circle now. Gio with it. Pass ahead. Over leads the intended recipient. And it'll roll out of bounds in line right. Goal kick here coming up for Olivet Nazarene. Tempo picking up here a little bit now. I got to say, that last sequence at the other end of the field just a few moments ago, ball got played in front right near the top of the 6-yard box. There were two Tigers right in the immediate area, but neither of them could get a foot on it. And from St. Francis's point of view, it kind of rolled to safety far side. Ball came around now near side after the restart. Tigers put it upfield, deflected out of bounds. That got deflected out there by Julian Soda in the match now for the Fighting Saints. Julian Soto, freshman defender from Berwyn, Illinois. Thought the O on my spot sheet was an A, but it is. I wrote it down correctly originally. Just a little bit of a misread. Yeah, but it is Soto on the field for St. Francis. And he's going to try to track it down end line left. And was it kept in? No, it went out. Or was it? Figueiredo is holding the ball, and it will be set down on the top of the 6, so it'll be a goal kick here for the Saints. Wasn't sure right away what that call might have been. We're in the 69th minute of the match. Josh Dennis now in for Braden Connors for Olivet Nazarene. And Noah Norton in now for Alexis Mancera, also for Olivet Nazarene. Now a foul called on Olivet. So a 1-1 tie here. First game of the day ended in that same result, 1-1 regulation draw. In women's soccer, each team getting a point out of that. We're just over 20.5 minutes remaining in the match. And we are deadlocked at 1 here. All right, Figueiredo. Oh, that ball is launched. Oh, it's got to be about 80 feet into the air, and I might be underestimating that. It came down in the 50-50 ball to Ihara. Put it ahead. Now in turn, sent to the near edge of the area. Little drop back pass. And tossed in near the PK dot, headed by the defender. Headed around twice, once by a defender, once by an offensive player, and now it's finally cleared by the Saints. Ball put up the far sideline now to roll out of bounds in line right. Or was it picked up by, it was picked up by Figueiredo, as a matter of fact. He drops it down, kicks it upfield. And bicycle up ahead, far touchline, into open space. All right, inside 20 minutes remaining, 19:35 to be exact remaining in this match. 1-1 tie here. Figueiredo kicking it upfield now. 50-50 ball headed back the other way. Came down left of the circle. Jorgensen trying to get to it. Cannot do so. Saints able to control. They play it back now. Near side. Boy, when I'm not watching through the binoculars, when they go into the shadows, it's hard to make out the numbers of the jerseys here, and the shadows along the near side as the ball launched to the other end of the field. And a player down here, a little bit of a protest from that player who took the fall. Cannot yet see the number on the jersey. And as it turned out there, that was Tony Gia who was protesting, wanting a foul called. But now Olivet with possession. Through traffic across the midfield line. Josh Dennis sends it ahead. Now reverse back toward the middle. Battle for the ball here. Tigers able to gain control. And put in deep. But it stays a 1-1 match. A couple of the Olivet players hands over faces in frustration on that attempt. So the shot there by Hagman going high. Saints now with the ball back. Sent ahead by Alvarez, bottom of the circle. They exchange possession. Saints get it back again. Long ball, near side right. Brought back out front now. Bit of a drive in here, an attempt on a drive by Gia. Back wide right, now back up top again. Pass broken up. And Olivet trying to counter, but now taken back again by Contreras. Lobs it into the area. Bounding over to the far side, near the corner it goes. A little circling there was Durka. Sends it end line left now. It's fired out of bounds by the defense. And I believe we'll have a St. Francis throwing on the way. 16:46 to go in regulation time. 1-1 is the score. Ball brought in, far edge of the area now. Zula dropped it back. Played all the way back now to the middle of the field. In the circle with it is Alvarez. Far side and out of bounds. Throw in for Olivet. Brought in. And Norton trying to split through a couple of defenders, taking a fall. Foul on St. Francis. Quick restart here. Tigers moving in near side left. On the drive, put in front. Oh, and the deflection hit the post. Rebound out front. Blocked by the defense again. And eventually it'll be clear. The second shot coming in from Kang Hadman there, but after the first one, I think might have hit the near post on the lower part of the pole there. Now the Tigers back into the area here. Back outside the top of the 18. Here's Ihara with it now, and then a whistle right as Karudu Ihara got to the ball. Clock holding now at 15:43 remaining in the second half. Player down here, it looks like, for St. Francis. Cannot yet see who it is from our angle. And that is Victor Salou. He is under his own power. A little bit of a limp. Tries to walk it off their far side. So Salou for the moment coming out of the match. Clock again now at 15:43 remaining in the second half. In a 1-1 match. Official now talking with one of the Olivet players. I think Karudu Ihara is on that conversation. And now Ihara restarts it. Brought it to the near side to Carter Beckman. Back out front here in the middle. Looked like Ihara tried to force it down the middle where it's rejected. Came back to Beckman to Ihara. Back now. Schonenberger over to the far side. Olivet plays it now deep into the Fighting Saints end, but it rolls out of bounds end line right. And I believe we'll have a goal kick coming up now for St. Francis. Time winding down very deep into the second half. 15:05 remaining here in half number 2. Ball teed up, front side of the 6. Launched upfield. Lands right in the midfield circle. Battle for the ball here. And now it got sent over to the far side. Saints, far edge of the area. Let's see if they were called for offside. Edward Luna, the senior, 5'9", from Gurnee, Illinois, kind of started that sequence, but it results in an Olivet Nazarene possession. Yeah, offside was in fact the call. So far in this match, each team called for that violation twice. Saints with it, their end of the field. High ball into the Olivet side, near the near edge of the area. Now pushed here near the corner. And out of bounds. Throw in for Olivet, very deep in their own side. Beckman on the throw in. Came to the near side. Saints get it back. Contreras. Now got it near side. I believe Luna with it there. Top of the area to Contreras. Dropped it back now. And Salou lobs it in deep, but it'll be wide left. Wide to the far side. And so a goal kick on the way here. Looking at our stat feed, Contreras and Frank issued cautions for the Saints, while Vandenberg and Schonenberger issued cautions in this match for Olivet Nazarene. Olivet here playing a little bit tenuously with the ball in front of the goal here to our right. Now it goes out of bounds, and Olivet will have a throw in. 13:05 to go in regulation. Will we wind up with a pair of 1-1 ties here on our doubleheader Saturday? Here's the kick upfield. Bounding ball through traffic. Came back bottom of the midfield circle, deflected down to the near side. And trying to send it upfield here was Carter Beckman, but it goes out just below us. Shadows now of the press box and of the grandstand, almost out now to midfield here. After the restart, Saints trying to advance it here. Luna around to the near side, then put in front. Oh, actually got put right in front of the, right on goal, and the stop made by Lamberti. Kind of a sharp angle attempt there. That Lamberti able to make the stop. Jesus Flores on the shot. Lamberti getting credit for the save. Here now is Ihara for Olivet Nazarene. Through ball into the area, near side. Jorgensen, end line left, dropped it back up front. And it got put out of bounds, end line left. Let's see if this will be an Olivet corner kick on the way, or will it be a goal kick for St. Francis. 11:43 remaining in the second half. Here's the run-up and the kick. A little bit of backspin to it there. Lands right half in the midfield circle. Lofted high into the air. And then I thought we might have a whistle, but the play goes on. Olivet with some numbers here. Played through into the area. Quick shot here, and they score. It goes into the back left corner of the net. And Olivet Nazarene with a late goal has taken a 2-1 lead. I think Adrian Kang Hagman on the goal there. He was the one celebrating near the far corner in the late afternoon sunshine. And it is now a 2-1 lead. That goal coming with precious little time remaining for the Saints now, as just 11-12 remains in the second half. That ball got put right in the back left corner of the net. Waiting for the official word on the goal. As now St. Francis the restart, and let's see if a sense of urgency now is applied here by the Saints as they now trail by 1. Contreras dropped it back. Over to the far side, Salou with it there. Dropped it middle backfield. Yep. Adrian Kang-Hagman, his third of the year. Jorgensen and Azam credited with assists. Azam now with 2 assists in the game, and Jorgensen with a goal and an assist today. Whistle here right in the midfield circle. Foul on Olivet Nazarene. Time now no longer on the Saints side. But the Saints will get a free kick here after that last sequence. Ball teed up right at the 30-yard line of the football field. Quick 2-step run up. Lobbed into the area here by Contreras. And player down in the area here, a whistle. See who that ball was intended for. Let's see here, we have a stoppage. Player remaining down for Olivet Nazarene. Cannot yet see who that player is. I'm wondering if we'll have a penalty kick coming up here. St. Francis this year, 2 of 2 in PKs. And I'm getting the feeling that'll be the case here. So the Saints a chance to pull back even again. Ball set down. Lamberti will be on the line. It'll be Santos Contreras to take the PK here in the late afternoon sun. With 10:13 remaining in the second half. Ball teed up. Drama here in Joliet. Contreras now angles a little bit. Here's the run up. A little hesitation. The shot. Far side. And they score. And we're tied at 2. So Santos Contreras on the penalty kick conversion. His second goal of the year. And we're even at a pair. So the PK, and I believe that'll be the 79th minute, if my math is correct. And we are all even again. So a short-lived lead for Olivet Nazarene. Let's see here. That goal scored at 78-41. A minute and 5 later comes the PK goal for St. Francis to even the score. Ball went over to the far side now after the restart. Lobbed in here by Azam. Secured there by Figueiredo for St. Francis. Now sent over to the far side. A little mini bicycle kick. Ball doesn't go far. Norton with it now for Olivet Nazarene. Put it ahead to Ihara. Ihara sends it through all the way to the area. Picked up by Figueiredo. Here's the kick upfield. Came down right half of the midfield circle. Norton winds up with it, top of the circle. Curls around. Got around Luna. Tried to send it ahead. Battle for the ball here. Salou got to it. Tried to advance it ahead, but now Norton with it back. Bothered from behind by Gia, who winds up on the turf, and I believe he was able to get a foul called here on Olivet, so the Saints getting it back. 8:52 remaining in regulation. So we're getting to the final stages of this match here this afternoon. After the restart now, Far side with it. Sula bicycles it high into the air. Came down northeast of the midfield circle, deflected into the circle. Saints now work it in near side right. Playing it now to the middle. Flores. Near side to Dylan Frank. Frank up the right wing. Pass ahead, broken up. Knocked out of bounds there by Heis Vandenberg. Throw-in coming up for the Saints now. 8 minutes and counting remaining in regulation. Dylan Frank, a throw-in on the way here for the Saints. Ball thrown in near side right. High arching ball in near the top of the area. Headed back the other way, then bicycled out of danger for the moment by the Tiger defense. Ball came bottom of the midfield circle, headed backwards. Ihara got to it. Field wide pass to the far side. With it is Beckman on the drive across the midfield line. Long ball and deep. And it'll bound through the area and out of bounds, end line left. Adrian Kang Hagman intended on that pass, but it was beyond his reach. Goal kick here for St. Francis. Figueiredo to take it. The run up and the kick. A lot of spin to it. Came back the other way now. Across the midfield line it goes. Ihara with it, bottom of the circle. Up ahead now. Azam. Tried to put it down the middle, deflected around. Came back left of the circle. Norton. Got it ahead. Far side with it now. Beckman. Ground balls it, and it'll go out of bounds end line right. Let's see who last to touch it was. Looks like it'll be a goal kick on the way here for St. Francis. Couple of really good matches to call here today. First match ended in a 1-1 draw. Late in this match, 2-2 is the score, 6:38 remaining in the second half. Figueiredo sets it down. The run up and the kick. 50-50 ball right of the circle. Eventually taken by the Saints. They lob it up ahead. Reverse back the other way. Then Ihara got it back after a good play there by Vandenberg to get that ball going in the other direction. Far side now with it. Here's Kang Hagman with it. Got through defenders. Split two beautifully. Dropped it back. They're trying to get a shot away. Can't do it. Over to the far side of the area. Lobbed in deep here. Came to the near side. Header toward the goal. Hit the top of the crossbar. Then it'll be headed over to the far side end line. Ball stayed in play. And then after a clearing attempt, quick shot. Knocked away. Rebound. Near side. Deflected high into the air and out of bounds. Couple of chances in quick succession there. That second one for Haugens, I think it was. It's either Haugens or Vandenberg. And now, clock stopped with 5:36 to go in the second half. So we await the restart here. But a player down here, just seeing that now at the top of the six. So an injured Fighting Saint on the field, cannot yet see who it is. We'll step aside, take a brief timeout, come back. 5:36 to go in the second half. We're all tied at 2. Take a break while they look in on the injured player, then we'll come back. This is University of St. Francis Fighting Saints soccer. back here at Joliet Memorial Stadium. It's Santos Contreras. Looked like he took a contact here to the lower midsection. Right around his waist there, and now he's sitting down to the left of the net here, being attended to by the training staff. And while that happens, ball now back into play in front of the goal. Figueiredo able to knock it away. It went out in line right. And I believe we'll have a corner kick coming up here for Olivet Nazarene now. 5:20 remaining in the second half. Corner kick taken far side left. Ball curls in, headed away by the defense. Went over to the far side of the area and then beyond. Tigers get it back. Left-footed ball in there in deep. Near side, and they tried to fire it in toward the goal, but it was a little off the mark, that feed in deep. And the Saints will get possession. Frizzell, the intended recipient of that ball. Back in play, near side right. Lofted out of bounds by Frizzell. Throwing here now for the Saints. 4:36 remaining in the second half. 2-2 match. Dylan Frank will throw it in, bouncing the ball around on the running track here near side. Frank brought it in. Now it'll be played all the way back here and then reverse back the other way. Frizzell heads it into the air. There's a second header. Came down left of the circle. Everybody chasing after the ball. Tigers able to get possession. Ball fed through into the area. Another race to the ball here, but it goes out in line right. Ball got fed in deep. I think that was Nathan Schmidley originating the pass. But it wound up rolling out of bounds to the far side. Well, that last shot coming at 84-53 of the match, credited to Noah Norton for Olivet Nazarene. It went wide left. Ball at the top of the circle. Now here's Ihara with it, left edge of the circle. Angles his way, sends a through ball in toward the top of the area. Reverse back now to midfield. Frizzell. Ball deflected back to the middle. And the Saints clear. Schonenberger back to get it, and he'll play it back to the keeper, Lamberti. Ball now in open space. Good effort by both teams to get to it. Schmidley now with it here. Over to the far side. Goes out of bounds, bounding over the St. Francis bench. 2:55 remaining in regulation. We'll wrap up this broadcast very quickly after we have its conclusion. And my thanks to the St. Francis athletic staff, Dave Laquetta, the athletic director, Amanda Jensen as well on game operations today. Been fun to be able to call a couple of soccer matches for the Saints here. Player down now far side. Cannot yet see who it is. Clock holding at 2:38 remaining in the second half. A couple of players are down. Tony Gia now back on his feet. And as well now back up, Pim Haugens. And on the restart now, Olivet playing it back. Right through the bottom of the area of the circle. Cleared back the other way. 50-50 ball at the to the right of that 35, and now it'll be whistled to a stop. 2:15 remaining in the second half. Ball sent down the middle and deflected back. Wow, that's always a little bit in. Figueiredo looking at, I think, a little bit there. Dylan Frank saying, what's going on there? Because it got directed back, and right after the deflection, it went over the end line. It'll be a corner kick now for Olivet Nazarene. I was thinking more it might be closer to the goal than it was, and an own goal was a concern there. Here's the corner into the area. It skids through everybody, all the traffic, and it goes out of bounds near side left. 1:38 remaining in the second half. We await the restart. There's the whistle. Corner kick near side left. Into the area it goes. Headed out of bounds. End line left. Goal kick on the way now for the Saints. Down to 1:23 remaining in the second half. We are holding in a 2-2 deadlock as we head toward the 6 o'clock hour, the early evening on this Saturday here in Joliet. Kick upfield by Figueiredo. Reversed back. 1 minute remaining in regulation. Luna trying to get it near side. Battling here with Vandenberg. Ball came up the near side touchline. Kept in. Wow, I thought for sure that would go out of bounds. That didn't happen. Saints get it back. Played out of midfield. Gia with it here. Tripped up from behind. They say play on. Frizzell gets to it. Now whistle. Down to 34 seconds remaining in the second half. Saints, actually Olivet hurriedly trying to tee up the ball. Actually, they teed it up. It'll be a Saints free kick, it looks like here. Time winding down. 17 seconds remain. The keeper, Figueiredo, will take this free kick here for the Saints. Almost like an extra attacker. Inside 10 seconds remaining. Ball played top of the area, deflected high into the air. Header into the area. Clearing attempt blocked. Second clearing attempt is successful. And the match comes to an end. And as the first one, as was the case with the first match today, in women's soccer, that was a 1-1 draw. Game number 2 ends 2-2 here. So each team gets a point out of the afternoon's proceedings. Again, our great thanks to Alex Milcars on stats. Thanks to Jake, who has been our producer-director here as well. And thanks to all of you for tuning in. Enjoyed calling the couple of games here for St. Francis. Final again, St. Francis 2, Olivet Nazarene 2. Hope to see it sometime down the road. Either way, until we speak to you again, this is Tom Westenfeld. Thanks so much for being with us. And for now, from Joliet, Illinois, we wish you all a very pleasant good afternoon.